Hi guys, my name is Medintseva and you're on my crochet channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, be sure to subscribe. Here you will find many interesting and simple masterclasses on crocheting toys. The channel has a membership feature and I'm grateful to everyone who has decided to support my work. Thank you very much. Membership levels start at less than $1. For those who prefer to crochet using patterns, I invite you to my Etsy shop. More than 35 patterns have already been added to the shop. Prices for patterns start at $2. Thank you for crocheting with me. Let's get started. For Easter cake I used Himalayan Dolphin Baby yarn. Light brown color, number 80365. We also need white color. About the yarn consumption, yesterday I started a new skein. I have already crocheted this Easter cake and there is so much yarn left. Therefore, I think you can make several Easter cakes from one skein of yarn. In terms of height, the Easter cake is the size of palm. Cool knit Easter cake. One might say medium size, that is not big and not small. We will also need some yarn of different colors to decorate the top of the Easter cake. I've always wanted to bake Easter cake like this, but since I'm not very good at baking, I don't like fiddling with the dough, so I decided not to bake, but to crochet this plush Easter cake with beautiful flowers on top. In real Easter cake, these edible decorations in the form of flowers are now very often used, so I wanted to repeat and do something similar. I think this decoration is very beautiful. What do you think? We will need pink for the flowers and green for the petals. As additional decorations, many small stars and butterflies are also glued to the top. Such accessories can be purchased at any craft store. These decorations are so known, but in this case they are glued with hot glue. Therefore, if you have such a hot glue gun, I recommend it. You can decorate your Easter cake very quickly. Stays on very well and quickly. The hot melt adhesive is not visible, so everything looks neat. You can glue pellets into the middle of the flower. You can also use beads. It's all your fantasy. For the brown part we will use 4mm hook. For the top white part, 5mm hook. For flowers, 3mm hook so that they are smaller. Regular needle and thread, scissors, marker, filler, 20 grams. Let's get started. We begin to crochet the main part of the Easter cake, also called Kulich. Brown, hook 4mm. We make 6 single crochets in the amigurumi ring or in the first chain stitch. I will attach a video for beginners in the upper right corner, where I show you in more detail and tell you how we crochet. If you don't know how to crochet, then it's better to watch that video first. We make a loop and 2 chain stitches. This is instead of an amigurumi ring. And in the first chain stitch we make 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second row we make 6 increases. In each stitch there are 2 single crochets. This is the first increase, the second increase, the third increase, the fourth increase, the fifth increase, and the last 6th increase. 6 increases have been made. In the third row we make 12 increases. There are now 12 single crochets in the row. Therefore, in the third row we again make 2 single crochets in each stitch. Here is 1 single crochet. The second single crochet is the first increase. We continue further. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In the fourth row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. I recommend placing a marker after the first single crochet to control yourself. We repeat the combination 12 times. At the end of the row there will be 36 single crochets. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is 2, 3. 1 single crochet is 4, and 1 increase is 5, 6, 7, and 1 increase is 8, 9. And so on until the end of the row. We repeat the combination 1 single crochet and 1 increase. The fourth row is done. In the fifth row, we make 8 single crochets and 1 increase, and so on until the end of the row. We repeat the combination 4 times. At the end of the row there will be 40 single crochets. At the beginning of the row I make 1 single crochet and put a marker. This is the second single crochet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 increase is the first time. We repeat the combination again, 8 single crochets and 1 increase, and so on until the end of the row. As a guide, so as not to count all the stitches, we simply focus on the marker. The fifth row is ready. From the 6th to the 20th row inclusive, we make 40 single crochets in each row. We will simply crochet without changes 1 single crochet in each stitch from the 6th to the 20th row inclusive. This brown part of Easter cake is almost ready. This is what crochet looks like now. In the 21st row, we make 8 single crochets and 1 decrease, and do this until the end of the row. 1 single crochet is done, and we put a marker. We continue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 decrease. This is the first time. I crochet decreases only through front loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 decrease is the second time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 decrease is the third time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 decrease is the fourth time. This row is over. In the 22nd row, we make 7 single crochets and 1 decrease, and do this until the end of the row. In the 23rd row, we make 6 single crochets and 1 decrease, and do this until the end of the row. In the 24th row, we make 5 single crochets and 1 decrease, and do this until the end of the row. In the 25th row, we make 4 single crochets and 1 decrease, After that, add filler inside. Add enough filler to form a dense, beautiful shape. After this, we will continue to crochet decreases. In the 26th row, we make 3 single crochets and 1 decrease, and so on until the end of the row. In the 27th row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and so on until the end of the row. After this, add the filler completely. And after that, we will tighten the ring that we will have left after crocheting. I will definitely show this. We crochet on our own up to the 27th row, what I told you. When you need to close the hole, I will show you. This is what our Easter cake looks like now. This is done 27 rows. I finished with the row where there were 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. Filler added. We cut the thread, but leave the end long enough to pull the thread through the stitches. Pull out the thread. Now we need to pull the thread through the stitches. Alternately insert the hook from one side and then from the other side. Insert the hook into the next stitch from the inside, in the next stitch from the outside. In this way, we pull the thread through the stitches in a circle until the end of the row. And after that, we will tighten the crocheting and close the hole in this way. We don't skip the stitches, we pull the thread through each stitch. The thread is pulled through all the stitches. And now we carefully pull the thread and thus tighten the hole. Using a hook, tie a knot to securely fix the thread. Hide the thread inside. This is the brown piece we got. Now let's make the top part of the Easter cake in white. It imitates sugar icing. For the white part we use a 5mm hook. In the first stitch or in the amigurumi ring we make 6 single crochets. I prefer to make a loop, 2 chain stitches and make 6 single crochets in the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second row we make 6 increases. In each stitch there are 2 single crochets. This is the first increase, the second increase, the third increase, the fourth increase, the fifth increase, and the last 6th increase. In the third row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 18 single crochets. It's very simple, how we usually start, there is nothing special to comment on. In the fourth row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 24 single crochets. 1, 2, and 1 increase, this is the first time. And so on until the end of the row we repeat the combination, 2 single crochets and 1 increase. The fourth row is ready. In the fifth row, we make 3 single crochets and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 30 single crochets. the 5th row is ready. In the 6th row, we make 4 single crochets and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 36 single crochets. Here I make 1 single crochet and put a marker. The 6th row is ready. In the 7th row, we make 36 single crochets. We simply make 1 single crochet in each stitch. The 7th row is ready. In the 8th row, we make 3 single crochets at the beginning of the row. Now we make 2 yarn overs. That's it. I'm showing it. And in the next stitch we make 1 treble crochet. This is how I pulled out the hook. Crochet 1 yarn over, the second yarn over, and this loop. This is how it works. Here we make 2 chain stitches, and in the next stitch we make 1 single crochet. This is such a beautiful lead we managed to make. Again we make 1 single crochet and 1 more single crochet. From here we make 2 yarn overs, and into the next stitch we crochet this treble crochet. We crochet 1 yarn over, the second yarn over, and a loop at the end. From here we again make 2 chain stitches, and in the next stitch we make 1 single crochet. In the next stitch the second single crochet, and in the next stitch the third single crochet. As you have already understood, we make a combination along the edge, 3 single crochets, 1 treble crochet and 2 chain stitches. Here 3 single crochets have already been made, therefore we make 2 yarn overs and crochet this treble crochet. From here we make 2 chain stitches, in the next stitch we make 1 single crochet, in the next stitch 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch 1 single crochet. Again we make 1 treble crochet. From here we make 2 chain stitches, and in the next stitch we make 1 single crochet. This is such a beautiful edge we have. These ledges on the edge can be made unevenly, that is, you can make either more or fewer single crochets. You can, for example, make 4 or 5 single crochets between 1 treble crochet. I show you what I like. These are the things we do now that imitate glaze flowing down the edges. So, 1 single crochet has already been done. This is the second single crochet and the third single crochet. Here we make 2 yarn overs again and crochet 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. 2 chain stitches, and now 3 single crochets. Now we make 2 yarn overs and crochet 1 treble crochet. I hope I explained clearly and showed how we crochet the edge in the white part. This is where I finish crocheting the edge in the white part. Here at the end we just make 1 single crochet and in the next stitch a slip stitch. We remove the hook. Cut the thread, pull and tighten the thread. Using a hook we pull the end of the thread to the inside, that is, the wrong side. This is the white thing we got. Take Easter cake and put the white part on the top. Here along the edge we need to sew the white part to the brown part of the Easter cake. You can sew it on. I also think you can use hot glue. I also recommend sewing it on top, so that the top doesn't stick out. Sew in a circle yourself. I show it on the finished Easter cake. For our Easter cake, I decided to glue the white part to the brown one. You can see that I glued the white part in a slightly slanted manner, as if the icing was flowing more to one side. This is what the white glued part looks like. Now we need to make some flowers to decorate Easter cake. I have already crocheted the flowers. There is a masterclass on crocheting flowers on the channel. Link in description under the video. The only difference now is that I used a 3mm hook to make the flowers smaller. Now we need to sew these 3 flowers to the white part of the Easter cake. We sew where we like it most. I think that you can either sew on the flowers or just glue them on. Gluing it will be faster, but you can also sew it on, although it will take longer. To sew on the flowers, we use a regular needle and thread. There is nothing special to comment here, a very simple operation. We thread the needle and thread back and forth several times until we like the result. We sew flowers where we like best. Approximately in this position. This is how I managed to sew on the flowers. Now let me show you how to crochet a leaf. For the leaf, we use this light green thread and a 3mm hook. In order to crochet a leaf, we make 5 chain stitches. This is what 5 made chain stitches look like. From the second stitch from the hook, we begin to crochet. 1 single crochet. In the next 2 stitches, we need to make 1/2 double crochet in each stitch. We make a yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull out the thread and crochet 3 loops on the hook at a time. This is the first half double crochet. In the next stitch, we make the second half double crochet, yarn over again, insert the hook into the stitch, and the 3 loops are crocheted at a time. In the last stitch, we make 1 single crochet. I'll repeat it one more time. We did 1 single crochet, 2 half double crochets, and 1 single crochet. This is where we turn around. In the same stitch where we made 1 single crochet, we make 1 more single crochet. Turn. In the next stitch we make 1/2 double crochet. In the next stitch we again make 1/2 double crochet. Now we make 1 single crochet. And here we form the top of the leaf. We also make 1 single crochet. This is the leaf we cut. At this stage we cut the thread. Leave a small end of the thread, pull out the thread. As you can see, we are not making any slip stitches. Pull the end of the thread to the other side. We thread the thread through the stitches to the other end of the thread at the beginning. Something doesn't work for me here. This is where I pull the thread. The thread is pulled to the other end of the thread. We tie the ends of the thread together into a knot. Cut off the excess. The ends of the thread are almost completely cut off. Now, using a regular needle and thread, sew the edge of the leaf so that the threads don't dangle. Everything is very simple, nothing complicated. We crochet the second leaf in exactly the same way. Now take the second leaf. I have it already done. We sew these two finished leaves together, sew tightly to each other. Two leaves are sewn. We sew these leaves in the place where we like it most. I like it here, so close to the flower. So as usual, it's simple. There is not much to comment on. Child came up to me and asked me to eat, although he had already eaten well just recently. A growing body always asks to eat. Asks you to like this video. And I tell him that he didn't even say hello.
Привет. Надо громче сказать.
Привет!
You need to say hello loudly and something else. He tells you to write in the comments how you are doing and like it. The most important thing, like, subscribe and bell. While I was talking with my son, I still continue to sew leaves onto the flower. To prevent the leaves from sticking out too much to the side, I also sew them a little higher. We sew just a little more here, closer to the middle of the leaves. This is the kind of beauty we get. This is how I managed to decorate the top white part of the Easter cake. I need to take the toy closer to me and sew it more securely. After that, take all your beads, everything you have, and additionally decorate your white icing. We sew or glue these decorations on the white part of the Easter cake. I will also do all this now and show you the finished result. I will glue it with hot glue. You can glue or sew a bead or pellet into the center of the flower. Anything you like, it's your imagination and creativity. Let's finish decorating Easter cake ourselves and I'll show you my result. This is how I managed to decorate my Easter cake. Thank you for crocheting with me. I wish you all the best. See you soon.